If you are honest enough to let it operate fully, eventually turn its gaze inward. And what it will find there, in all of us, without exception, is that envy is not exclusively something that happens to us. It is something that we are also capable of experiencing, generating, and, if we are not careful, acting on. Marcus Aurelius confronted his own envy with a directness that is still astonishing to read. In the private pages of his Meditations, the most powerful man in the known world, a man who by any external measure had everything anyone could want, wrote honestly about the moments when he recognized in himself the shadow of resentment toward people who were, in some domain, freer or more capable, or more at ease than he was. He did not excuse it. He did not rationalize it. He named it, examined its source, and returned to the principle that had guided his entire life. The only thing worth competing with is your own yesterday. This principle is perhaps the most powerful antidote to envy ever articulated, in any tradition. When your measuring stick is your own past performance rather than someone else's current achievement, the emotional engine of envy loses its fuel. You are no longer in competition with the person across the room. You are in competition with the version of yourself from last year, last month, last week. And that competition is, in the truest sense, the only one that is entirely within your control and entirely in service of your actual growth. Epictetus taught the same principle from a different angle. He pointed out that the envious person's fundamental error is a category error, the error of treating another person's possession or achievement as relevant to his own worth. The Stoic sees clearly that another person's success subtracts nothing from his own capacity, opportunity, or value. The world is not a zero-sum game in the domain of character. The man next to you becoming wealthy does not make you poorer. The man next to you becoming respected does not diminish the respect that you have earned. If you feel it does, the feeling is a signal not that he has taken something from you, but that there is something unexamined in your own relationship to worth and achievement that is worth looking at closely. The practice, daily disciplines for clear perception. The Stoics were not armchair philosophers. Everything they taught was meant to be practiced, applied in the actual texture of a man's daily life, not preserved as abstract knowledge that feels profound in theory and is forgotten in practice. What specific disciplines did they recommend for developing the kind of clear perception we have been discussing? The first discipline is the evening review. Marcus Aurelius practiced this consistently throughout his adult life. At the end of each day, he would sit quietly and review the day's interactions, not in the spirit of self-punishment or performance review, but in the spirit of a man genuinely trying to understand